Welcome to Lone Star Vets with Rob Paiva, United States Navy veteran and program manager for the Lone Star Veterans Association in Houston. Lone Star Vets is a program by vets for vets and about empowering veterans for a successful post-military life. Call in today at 866-357-1070. That's 866-357-1070. Now let's join Rob.
Well, hey, good evening, and thank you for joining. This is your host, Rob Paiva, the show Lone Star Vets. It's the show for vets, by vets, and we're all about empowering our veteran community. We're here today, Sunday. Man, we had a quick rain shower just blow in, and for those of y'all that are out there driving in this stuff, please be careful. Getting to the station was a little bit of a Indiana Jones type of adventure today, and I've got a four-wheel drive vehicle, SUV, and there was a couple of spots where I thought I might have overstepped my bounds. But in any event, hopefully everybody's doing well out there. It doesn't seem like it's too bad. The rain appears to have stopped. So in any event, let's get on with the show. First thing I want to talk about is the guest that we have here today, and we're going to bring them on in segment 2. But they've reached out to me a couple of weeks ago after the first show aired, and I got to tell you, this is going to be a really cool thing to talk about. We've got two things to talk about, actually. And so I've got Bill Herron and I've got Ron Limbach here today. Both of them are veterans, I believe both Navy. So it makes me happy. Let's get as many Navy people in here as I can. In any event, as we get started, I do want to talk about some quick announcements on things, and typically I use my announcements for the very end, but I'm noticing that sometimes I don't get enough time to get them all out, so I'm going to talk about them now, some upcoming events. There's a luncheon this Thursday coming up, and this is part of the Lone Star Veterans Association career program for veterans, and it's called the Warrior for Life Luncheon. It occurs Thursdays, every third Thursday of the month. So it's this coming Thursday, June 16th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's held at Mazroff's restaurant there in the Galleria area, and Tony and oh, good heavens, I'm forgetting my buddy's name. But the Mazroff family has just been fantastic in terms of their support with everything they do. It's been fantastic. Tony and Russell Mazroff out there, we appreciate everything that they do. And actually, I'm mispronouncing it. I do this all the time. They pronounce it Mazraffs. So I've got to make a mental note to start pronouncing it correctly. But anyhow, so if you're a veteran or if you're an employer, okay, you are highly, highly encouraged. In fact, I'm going to get up on my soapbox and demand that you register for this event, which, by the way, registration, you just go to lonestarveterans.org. That's lonestarveterans.org, and you can go to the Warrior for Life tab, click in there, and click on the luncheon and register yourself if you're one of two things. You're a veteran looking for work, or if you're an employer looking to hire. And we have companies from all sizes and shapes, from your mom and pops to the Fortune 500 type. So we've had USAA, HEB, Exxon, Schlumberger, Cameron, Bechtel, you name it. We've got a lot of big folks that come out there. Walmart, those folks support us like you wouldn't believe. Curtis Tipton and his crew, they've been fantastic. They are just diehards in terms of supporting us and what they do. And we've had a lot of local small businesses as well that come out. And that's the only thing I ask for this program, is that you're either a veteran looking for work. You don't have to necessarily be unemployed. You could be looking for a career change. But come on out, register, and we do ask that you come looking professional. So suit and tie if you can. If not, just come looking as pressed and sharp as possible. And for employers, we definitely want to I always like to have between 20 and 25 employers show up and make sure that you come prepared to talk about your company and the positions that are available. This thing is a whole lot of fun. It's not a job fair. That's one thing I get asked about a lot, and concerning when somebody inquires about the Warrior for Life program. This is not a job fair at all. It's more like a networking luncheon. It's just very specified. And so veterans looking for work and employers looking to hire. It makes for a wonderful lunch event. And the best part is we do this little 30-second elevator with everybody, and so it takes a little about 15-20 minutes to get through that. We're all eating a very nice lunch, and then after that it turns into this power networking event. And the part I like about it is just step back and get out of the way. Typically when I get there, everybody wants to talk my day's really busy. But once we go to that networking part, the only time people want to talk to me is when they say, hey, where is that company that's hiring engineers? Or somebody comes up to me and says, where's that one veteran who stood up? He was a Marine and did this, and he's got a background in IT services or what have you. That's the part that I love, because it's really, really cool. And just to sit there and watch the matchmaking happen and whatnot, and then getting the feedback over the next couple of weeks when we start getting words of veterans going through interviews and hiring has actually happened. And then the coolest part, it's happened every single month almost in the year that I've been running this program. We get a veteran come back as an employer themselves, looking to hire more vets. And so, there's a lot of great success stories out there. If you're a veteran and you've never attended the Warrior for Life program before, and the luncheon, I beg you, come on out, check this out. It's free for our veterans. For employers, it's you pay for the cost of the meal, so it's $35 plus Eventbrite's tax, so $37.92 I think is the money comes out. But let me tell you what, you're going to be eating at Mazarof's restaurant. Come on, for $35 you're going to get one heck of a darn good meal. And so really encourage you guys to come out. Employers, please come out. If you're hiring, you want to be a part of this event. I'm telling you, once employers come out, we had David Weekly Homes last month that we've been in discussions with them. And so, Amanda, I don't know if you're listening, but thanks for bringing the big head honcho and also for bringing out the other gentleman. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but the one veteran who's a manager over construction managers. And they've been so kind. They've already signed up for next week. They sent us all kinds of information, and they want us to get up this program up in Dallas. And hey, anytime growth and expansion is our driver, I'm a happy camper. Anyhow, so again, if you want to attend, just register at LoneStarVeterans.org. Again, that's LoneStarVeterans.org. Click on the Eventbrite link and register yourself up. It's free for veterans. Oh, and here's one thing I forgot to talk about. It's also available, this lunch, and free to veteran spouses. So if you're a spouse of a veteran, husband or wife, and you happen to be maybe looking for work as well too, come out and join us. You're always more than welcome. A couple of the other events are coming up. There's one big event that I definitely have to talk about that's going on right at this very moment, and I wish I could be there. It's at the VFW Post 8790 right there in Spring Branch, the big one. It's the Pinups for Vets. They're in town. They're at the VFW Post. Hector and guys, if you guys are listening, and you're probably not, you're probably enjoying yourselves right now with the pinups. It's happening from 6 until 7 p.m., 6 to 8 p.m. tonight. And if you're in the area, Spring Branch, stop on by. It's open up for all vets. All right, so we've got one more event that I'm going to talk about, and that's the upcoming Top Gun 3 family event that's being put on by the Texas Gulf Coast United States Naval Academy Alumni Association. Boy, isn't that a long name. In any event, the alumni Alumni Association here, this is their third year of putting it together. It's a team fundraiser. This year it'll be benefiting Lone Star Veterans Association. Hey, it's our first year of being a benefactor in all this, and it's also benefiting Team Red, White, and Blue. Team Red, White, and Blue. What a fantastic program! And I don't want to take too much thunder, but we're going to have them on the show in a couple of weeks, and or a few weeks out. But in any event, that event is not going to happen until July 9th. We've got, well, I guess we're at a month now. We're a month out of it. So it's going to be Saturday, July 9th at the Wakefield Crowbar. The Crowbar is up in the Oak Forest in the Oak Forest area. And it's 954 Wakefield Drive. You can also get your tickets. You can purchase them online. And wouldn't you know, I did not write down the website. Well, that's my fault. Anyhow, it's $12 online to purchase. Kids under 12 are free. Bring the family, bring everyone, bring your neighbors, bring your buddies. And if you know any veterans out there, what have you, drag them with you as well. This event was a lot of fun last year, and we're looking for it to be doubled in size this year. And I do know that they're still looking for sponsors, so I'll get all that information out for you guys next week, where you can inquire. With that said, I'm looking forward to spending time now with my two guests here. They've been sitting here in the booth with me through this first segment, and I know they're just itching to talk about it. Again, that's Ron Limbach and Bill Heron, and we're here going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about speedy food delivery service. and they're hiring folks. So I think I'm going to try to get them to this luncheon. And then we're going to talk about the Wounded Warrior Boot Camp. And when we come back after this quick break, we'll get right into it. So stay tuned, and we'll be talking to you shortly. Thanks.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
It's probably been about 10 years ago. I had quite a few credit cards. The interest on the cards was really high. I was making the minimum payments, but barely. And it was just getting to be too much, so I called Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-936-5496 to talk to a certified counselor.
They met with me, and they were able to get all of my credit cards in one lower payment.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
They did help me learn how to manage my money. Now, we have a house, and we're doing a lot better.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-936-5496.
My name is Holly, and I am debt-free for keeps.
1-800-936-5496.
We have a special free Money Matters retirement seminar, 7 p.m. Wednesday, Hilton Garden Inn, Sugarland. 7 p.m. Thursday, Courtyard by Marriott, Clear Lake. 1 p.m. Friday, the Money Matters Conference Room on Memorial. Or 1 p.m. next Saturday, Hyatt Place, The Woodlands. If you're retired or retiring soon, don't miss it. Learn to take advantage of gains when possible while protecting your retirement from a stock market crash. Find out how to properly diversify your portfolio, the best time to take Social Security, and more. Register now at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-273-0135. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-273-0135 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-273-0135 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-273-0135.
There's a reason people keep going to Pasadena Gun Center. They've got it all under one roof. A 25-yard indoor range, great prices on firearms, a full-service gunsmith, and $50 in-house license to carry classes. Every Wednesday is Ladies' Day. That means ladies shoot free all day, and both machine and handgun rentals are half price for all customers. Ammo purchase required. Pasadena Gun Center, 206 East Shaw in Pasadena. Call 713-472-0417 or check them out online at PasadenaGunCenter.com. Pasadena Gun Center. Why go anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Mark Walters, host of Armed American Radio. Make sure to be tuning in this weekend for 3 solid hours when I fill your prescription for freedom and give you the hardest-hitting talk and the truth about your right to keep and bear arms that the mainstream media wouldn't dare discuss with you. That's right, Armed American Radio this weekend, right here on AM 1070, The Answer.
Armed American Radio, now on Saturday night at 9 and Sunday night at midnight on AM 1070, The Answer.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane.
All right, welcome back, everyone. This is your host, Rob Paiva. You're listening to Lone Star Vets. This is the Veteran Power Hour, if you will, from 6 to 7 p.m. every Sunday. So we hope you guys have been tuning in here the last few weeks and enjoying what you've been hearing. We've got a lot of great shows coming up for you, but we have a great show for you right here and now. So if you stay tuned through the first segment, we're going to get started now. And I want to welcome a couple gentlemen, fine gentlemen here, fellow veterans, obviously, and both Navy guys like myself, former Navy guys. Unlike Marines, we don't mind calling ourselves former. But any event, so I want to introduce. We've got Ron Limbach and we've got Bill Herron. Gentlemen, welcome.
How you doing? Well, thank you for having us.
Certainly.
Thanks for having us here.
Absolutely. Glad you guys were able to make it in, especially with all that crazy rain that we just had throw down, all that water.
We weren't going to let that stop us.
Speedy
Right.
Food delivers.
That's hey, good plug. So yeah, let's talk about Speedy Food. Okay, so this is a company that you guys have had, and Ron, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you told me when we last spoke, you've had it for about 3 years.
About 3 years, right on the nose, almost right at 3 years, and it was one of those companies where I was sitting around my house one day and said, why didn't somebody deliver something other than pizza and Chinese food?
Mm-hmm.
And this was before the Ubers of the world, and I said, well, why shouldn't I do that? I've got 3 paid off cars and some time on my hands, and I could sure use the job. Nobody was going to hire a 60-year-old guy. At the time, I didn't want a future at Walmart. I wanted to stay self-employed, and one of my good friends owned Texas Borders, and she was my first restaurant. Got 2 or 3 of her friends that own restaurants on board, and we started with 4, and we have over 70 now. And Bill came on board 6 months or so ago, 8 months ago, as our general manager and partner, and he's opened up all of downtown, and we're open in Spring Cypress and Tomball and Woodlands, and the people have really, really enjoyed our service. What we basically do is service busy people and lazy people.
Now watch out! I'm really considering being a customer now. So
well, every busy person gets lazy as quick as they can every night after work, and we'll bring restaurant meals directly to your table from any restaurant you want in the city.
No kidding.
And we'll pick it up, and for a small delivery fee,
sure,
we'll bring it right to you. As we brought you a meal from Zoe's Kitchen today.
Hey, oops, yeah. For Nikki and everyone and the producers, there's food sitting back
really
in the break room too. If I'd known about that, I would have given you guys a heads up, and I'll have to go grab me some before or after this show. But if there's any left, that is.
Yeah, we brought food from Zoe's because we wanted to make the point that we don't deliver fast food; we deliver good food fast.
Yeah.
And Zoe's is one of the best restaurants in the city. That's really great, healthy food. I think we brought you some steak roll-ups and salad and hummus and all kinds of wonderful food, and their famous chocolate chip cookies.
Making my stomach rumble.
So brought plenty for the whole staff up here, thanks to Zoe's Kitchen. This particular location was on Memorial. Thank you to Tony for doing that today.
Yeah. Well, fantastic.
The last week in June, we're going to be opening up inside the 610 Loop.
Okay.
As Ron said, he's been operating for 3 years in the Katy area.
Mm-hmm.
Sugarland is opening up here soon, and we're working on Spring Cypress, the Woodlands areas as well.
Fantastic.
And we're a veteran-owned company. Both Bill and I are Navy vets. Vietnam Navy vets, and we really have a soft spot in our heart for our brothers and sisters who served, and we know that some of them are looking for jobs and maybe have professionally trained billets, so to speak, from an old military term, and they're looking for those kind of jobs, but they want to eat now, feed their family now. Well, delivering food can do that, and we'd love to have them come on board to our website. Just go to speedyfood.net and type in 77450 or any zip code that we service, and then you can go to be a driver and sign up with us. And it's not just be a driver. This is a company that offers kind of not really franchise opportunities, but area territory managers, where you can actually have your own business. You can have a Speedy Food franchise, so to speak.
So come in, start off as a driver, get familiar with
with it, and grow. So it's a real opportunity to have your own business, even if you were just a grunt, didn't get any of that fancy training.
Yeah, we do deliver to businesses. Maybe they're having a large meeting or something.
Oh, sure, right.
And they want to have a big luncheon brought in. We do that for sure. I deliver 80, 100-person caterings every day, just about.
Okay.
If you're a business and you know that you're going to have an evening activity and you want us to bring in food from really great restaurants rather than pizza, we certainly do that. We think that people are tired of pizza, and we bring in quality food from quality restaurants.
Well, that's fantastic. I wouldn't even thought about that. Not that I have ever done a ton of events corporate from a corporate standpoint, but have done enough. And you always just think of reaching straight out to the company themselves or the restaurant themselves, but why just reach out to you guys?
Yeah, it's a whole lot easier.
Yeah, you can make suggestions, I'm sure, and
we did a productivity study for a large engineering firm out in the Katy area, and showed them that by their employees leaving for quote-unquote lunch hour, they were really losing about an hour and a half to 2 hours of productivity a day from thousands of employees, and by making them have a lunch at a certain time and every day like that, they could be a lot more efficient if they just let those people order food when they want to be brought right to their desk and have any kind of food they want.
Right.
And it's worked out really well. The same concept has worked in hospitals. You know, the physicians and the people that work there have very little time to go eat, and their cafeterias close sometimes very early in the day, most of the time by 2 o'clock.
Right.
And a lot of time the patients don't want hospital food. They want really good food from their favorite restaurant. They want comfort food from mama's home cooking,
Yeah.
So we fit the bill on all those. And also for the folks that are just coming home from work, we every day we see our dispatch board light up about 6:30, about the time that mom and dad get changed out of their work clothes and take a look at the kids and their homework and everything. Go, what are we going to do about dinner?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And unless you're one of those who just absolutely loves to cook, which I'm one of those people, but and my wife has it really great because she married a husband that likes to cook. But there are times, you get home and you look at the kitchen with dread and you're like, no, I want to eat now.
Oh yeah, or you got kids you love to cook and the food's there, but you got kids that need their homework to help with the homework. You've got assignments, you've got soccer club afterwards. There's just so many things in today's busy life that can make all the things we love get pushed to the back side.
Sure, right.
So let's talk about opportunities for vets to be drivers for us. So we've got mornings, we're delivering lunches to people, we're delivering lunches and caterings to businesses and so forth. And afternoons, we're delivering lunches to offices and also dinners to homes.
Right.
So our vets may be going to college and only have evenings or maybe only have mornings. We have a lot of opportunities for working either the morning shift or afternoon shift, or vets that want to work the entire day as well. They keep all their tips. That's one of the things. Some companies make them share their tips. They keep their own tips.
Oh, fantastic.
They're going to have a driver's license, insurance, have to have a car, of course, to be able to carry the food in.
Sure.
And a smartphone.
A smartphone is for sure, because we have apps that we load onto their phone so that our dispatcher can keep track of where they are and dispatch them to the closest restaurant and be most efficient.
Okay, that's outstanding. Lost my track of thought for a second, but let me come back to the driver aspect and signing up, but kind of the growth opportunity. And I know we've only got a few minutes, or just a few seconds left, but can we address that again? Really
Sure.
quick?
We have a really great incentive plan for our drivers where they can make extra money by putting out our advertising at places, by introducing restaurants that aren't part of our network to our network and getting them to be on board. And that even brings them residual income at the end of the month, which is a beautiful thing. And then we have those franchise opportunities that they can grow into and literally have their own business to run forever.
Right.
For as little as a $5,000 to $10,000 investment, they can get their own business blowing and going.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you, as the guy who runs the Warrior for Life program for Lone Star Veterans Association, we're definitely talking in greater detail after this show, because definitely we've got vets, and for one thing, and we can reach out to other organizations like the Student Veterans Association here at the University of Houston and what have you. So, man, let's get you some veterans hired, and for the vets out there listening, contact these guys, speedyfood.net.
Also, if there are restaurants out there, this is combat veteran owned and operated, so we want restaurants to sign up as well.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, don't worry, guys, we're going to still have Ron and Bill with us here, and we can talk some more. They've got some big things coming up.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips.
All right, welcome back. I'm your host, Rob Paiva. You're listening to Lone Star Vets. It's the Veteran Hour that we talk about all things veteran, and it's 6 to 7 every Sunday. I hope you guys are going to consistently join us out here. Got some great guests always coming in, even better ones getting booked by the day. Got two fantastic gentlemen here. Really quick, let me say this. They're both Vietnam-era veterans, and they're both Navy, so that was the same era that actually trained me when I went in the Navy in 1986. And I was so envious of those guys because they all had stories, and they all were pretty heavily ribboned up and what have you. And, not a lot of them also were glory stories, but they sure put the effort into us, let's just put it that way, to make sure that we were going to be good sailors in the fleet. Because they knew the importance, even though we were Cold War at that time and supposedly no conflicts, which I found out 2 years later that wasn't going to wasn't going to be the case for my
Always
tour. Yeah, exactly. And but it did. It prepared me and my shipmates, and so when we were finally called up and had to go get deployed overseas, and we went to our first actual real general quarters. This is not a drill type thing. I tell you what, it was a whole different ballgame.
You were ready.
Yeah, we were ready.
Ready.
Well, we hoped we were ready. And by golly, I think we had dog zebra in under 2 minutes. And
Good.
we'd never done that in training before. As many drills as we had. But
Still tightens the fruit of the loom, so doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, gents, I'm glad to have you here. For our good folks listening in, I have Mr. Ron Lindbach. I almost said Lombic, and I don't know why I did that. I guess I'm going
That would have
dyslexic
been one
in
of
my
the
old
better
age.
variations.
Yeah. So Ron Lindbach, and we've got Bill Herron here. We were talking about in the previous segment about Speedy Food, a company that they've got here in town, multiple locations. I think it's a fantastic food delivery for any type of food, any restaurant. So it's not just Chinese, it's not just pizza. So if you want Greek, if you want Polish, if you want Mediterranean,
Italian,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah, call you guys.
Vietnamese, anything.
Right.
Barbecue, good old Texas chicken fried steaks. You can find them right on any of our menus.
Yeah, just don't call you late for dinner, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Don't call us late at all. So we guarantee delivery in under an hour, and we make it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And there's
okay.
no minimum or no maximum on our site either. So for under $7, you can have your whole family delivered dinner. It's like buying an extra plate and having.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Speedy Food's your guest for dinner, basically.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm glad you said that because I was just thinking in the back of my head, probably a minimum, and we can talk about that.
Nah.
But yeah, so no minimum.
Nah, people work too hard. We want to bring them their food.
So that especially if my wife's out of town and I'm sitting home alone and I hate
Absolutely.
cooking for just one person, so I typically don't. It's a bowl of cereal, or I'll go hit the fast food joint or whatever.
Well, some of the wives get tired of cooking too sometimes.
I'm sure they do. Yeah, and
And boy, do we go to a lot of homes with new babies. The new moms are tired. They're wore out from taking care of that baby, and we take good care of those ladies.
Well, you guys don't know this, but I've got a new one on the way in just a couple of months.
We'll
So
be your best
I'll
friend.
be putting you guys on speed dial here pretty quick. It sounds like.
Congratulations.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, my wife and I are very, very excited. Now, let's get into the other reason why you gentlemen are here with me today. Let's talk about this fantastic Wounded Warrior Boot Camp that you've put together an organization, and it's the Galveston Community Sailing Adaptive Aquatics Program, correct?
Well, actually, we didn't put together the organization.
Oh, you didn't put it?
We
Okay.
found out about the organization and saw the amazing work they're doing with veterans and the amazing results that they're having in veterans' lives, and we chose to go help them and bring some experience that we have from our previous lives to their activity to help them, because they're doing tremendous work down there.
Okay. Yeah. And what drew both of you gentlemen into
We're
it?
veterans, and we wanted to help other vets, and we're
That's-
donating our time 100%.
100%.
All right.
towards marketing this and getting the word out to other vets and other community leaders as well that want to participate.
Well, this is fantastic. Now, how long has it been going on?
They actually started the program about 3 years ago.
Okay.
It's at the Galveston Sea Scout Base. It's the Galveston Community Sailing Adaptive Aquatics program, and they have taught literally hundreds of wounded warriors how to sail, how to scuba, just rebuilt their whole fiber of life and rebuilt teammanship and really changed the life of many people down there.
Right. And so it's available not just to local vets. You guys are bringing in vets from sea
all over
to
the
shining
country,
sea, right?
all over
And
the country.
it's not just veterans. Anybody who with a disability who wants to go through that type of training is certainly available to them. But they cater mostly to the wounded warriors.
Okay, fantastic. Well, this is great news, and I know we're gonna have to. This is a short segment, so we're gonna cut for a break here pretty quick. But in the meantime, and we'll talk about it more in the next segment. I'm glad you guys are gonna be able to stay with me through the. So we can talk about, because this is a 7-day program, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
And there's dormitories there, food preparation. The vets stay right there in the dormitories for 7 days. A lot of camaraderie, learning how to sail.
All right. Well, fantastic. Well, let's wait for the next segment, and then we can really get into the nitty-gritty and everything. But again, this is the Galveston Community Sailing Adaptive Aquatics program that you guys are a part of, and you've got a big event coming up, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Sam Malone. Summer, not that far away. Do yourself a favor and think about installing Radiant Barrier Attic Foil to your home. Ultimate Radiant Barrier Attic Foil blocks 97% of the radiant heat. Ultimate Radiant Barrier Attic Foil installation can bring the temperatures in your attic down 30 to 40 degrees. Think about the savings on your energy bill. Think about how less work your AC will have to do this summer. They can also provide you with foam insulation and even solar fans. Ultimate Radiant Barrier Attic Foil installation is the best thing that you can do for your home, for your peace of mind, for your energy bill. There's no need to trap all that heat inside of your house. The owner, Mark, calls back everybody. Phenomenal customer service, years in the business. UltimateRadiantBarrier.com or call 713-805-0394. That's UltimateRadiantBarrier.com.
Every July, freedom lovers of the world gather in Las Vegas for Freedom Fest. It's what the Washington Post calls the greatest libertarian show on earth. Last July, over 2,500 people showed up to network and celebrate liberty, including Donald Trump, Steve Forbes, and Senator Marco Rubio. This July, keynote speakers include Salem radio host Larry Elder, Senator Rand Paul, Judge Andrew Napolitano, and more. Take part in sessions like the ever-popular Global Warming on Trial, also a special gathering by the Women of Liberty, and a 3-day investment conference with Peter Schiff, Alex Green, and Mark Skousen. Don't miss your chance to win $25,000 in prizes in the Pitch Tank, organized by Shark Tank's Kevin Harrington. It's the largest gathering of free minds. Will you be there? Now is the time to join us at Freedom Fest, July 13th through the 16th at Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. Go to freedomfest.com. That's freedomfest.com to register now and save $100 by using the code SALEM, all capital letters, or call toll-free 855-850-3733.
Will your current career path lead you to financial independence? Stop worrying about working till you drop, losing your job, or retiring in poverty. It's simple. Register for our free passive income workshop and learn the 7 principles we use to provide for our families and run our businesses. We reveal the 5 reasons you should invest in real estate, and we show you how every dollar you invest in a piece of real estate makes you money 5 ways. It's time to get this life-changing information. Register today at mypassiveincomeworkshop.com. Stop making excuses. Go to mypassiveincomeworkshop.com.
You don't need an air-conditioned steering wheel or high-performance supercharger to use Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil. Now just $5.99 a quart at Napa. Mobil 1 offers premium protection for all cars, premium or not so premium. So give your ride Mobil 1 synthetic just $5.99 a quart, even if it doesn't have the latest technological stuff. That's Napa know-how. General States pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer expires 6/30/16.
When modern medicine embraces the power of the Lord, wondrous things can happen. At Apostle Home Healthcare, our faith-based approach to in-home care welcomes the Lord into the work our nurses and therapists perform for seniors recovering from surgery or illness. Apostle's services are covered 100% by Medicare, and the Lord's grace is always freely given. Visit ApostleHomeHealthcare.com to find out more. Apostle Home Healthcare, where prayer and Medicare make all things possible.
Hi, this is Rob Paiva. I'm a Navy veteran and the program director for Lone Star Veterans Association. Join me Sunday nights at 6 p.m. on AM 1070 The Answer for Lone Star Vets. On Lone Star Vets, we will take your calls live and interview successful veterans to help you successfully transition to civilian life. That's Lone Star Vets, Sunday nights at 6 p.m. right here on AM 1070 The Answer and online on am1070theanswer.com or on your favorite mobile device.
AM 1070 The Answer.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're. For those that are just joining us, I guess just let me change up real quick. I confused myself. If you're just joining us, my name's Rob Paiva, and this is Lone Star Vets. It's the 6 to 7 p.m. hour every Sunday where it's programs specifically for our veteran community. We're talking about folks that are inspiring, motivating. We discuss ways in which we can empower our veterans in the community, both individually and as collectively as a community. And I've got 2 fantastic guests here today. I've got Ron Limbach and Bill Herron that have joined me. They've got, first of all, we were talking about your guys' company, Speedy Food, which is a fantastic organization. I know I'm going to start using you guys really soon, really quick.
SpeedyFood.net.
Yep.
Combat vet, owned and operated.
Yeah, exactly. And Lord knows vets love to support vets. So let's guys get out there and put these guys to work. They're looking for drivers to hire, and you can sign up on their website for Become a Driver and get that started. But let's get back to the conversation we were just talking about and what Ron, we were just talking about here offline while we were on break. This aquatics program. So let's hear about the program itself.
The program itself is just amazing. That's what seeing the results of it is what got me involved with helping them down there. They actually take these vets in who have never met each other before, and you know most military organizations used to be in a group, so they come as individuals with all their individual problems and leftovers from being in combat, and they come to this place and they actually put them up, they feed them, they take care of them, they rebuild them into a team structure, specialized training and sailing. They actually, it's not just they don't take them for sailboat rides. They actually have hands-on training. They come out of there knowing how to sail. As a matter of fact, well enough that 4 of them went all the way through the Rolex Cup and into the Olympics last year and did extremely well, qualifying in the Olympics.
So this isn't just some
Olympic trials, yes.
So this isn't just some little local startup initiative.
No.
This is powerful.
This is a $55 million effort to help these people.
You take Class A, Type A personalities that are combat vets, and then have them somehow be injured so that they can't keep doing that. They want to compete. These guys are competitors. They get out there and find out that they can sail. It doesn't matter if they got one leg missing or they got one arm missing. They can arrange the boat so that they can operate it just as good as a completely person can. And they compete with the best of them. And the Olympians that compete were just amazed at how well these guys did, and it just shows that these are tough guys.
Sure, certainly. Well, you know, those of us that have served, and especially if you've gone through combat, you know that you're capable of doing a lot of things. And it's when we start getting told that we can't, when we come home and we get told we can't do this and we can't do that. And for those veterans that do kind of fall into that vortex, if you will, you start believing this is the type of program that will snap you out of it.
Absolutely. It's totally geared for that. Totally geared for that, because you can't accomplish anything. David Gaston, who is the co-chair of the Adaptive Aquatics Center, is in a chair, and he's one of those people that we tease him all the time. You're not really disabled. You just have a chair reserved everywhere you are because you're so good at everything you do. We were on a beautiful sailboat with him a couple of days ago that it usually takes a crew of 6 to operate, and this man can put himself on that boat by himself, operate it completely by himself, in and out of port, bad weather, good weather, whatever. He is living proof that this program can really change lives and touch people in a very positive way. And Mike Janota shared a story with us where some vets had come down there suffering severe PTSD, and they actually left there and called him and said, "Hey, Captain, we left the present in the dorm room for you." And he said, "What's that?" And he went back and looked, and they'd left all of their meds. They said, "We don't need them anymore after coming through this."
Hot dog.
And you know, when you see a story like that, you have to jump in and help.
Yeah, certainly. Well, that's okay. Now, I'm sitting here thinking how I can get involved, but
you already are.
We've got true. That's right.
We're going to get you even more involved too.
Yeah, absolutely. No, let's get this on the air. Let's spread the word about this. I'm 110% behind you guys with this. Now you're looking. You've got an event that's coming up September 10th, if I remember correctly. Which, you know, that's a big weekend. And I'm not just talking because it's my birthday weekend, but you know, obviously with the 9/11 now, that's always a big weekend and what have you. So this seems rather appropriate.
It is.
We thought so as well. It's a good chance to salute all of our American heroes.
Certainly. And so you've got the event coming up. It's kind of talk about that. What's it going to be? Who's
well, the
going to be in it?
event's going to be a festival that's more unique than any other festival you've ever seen. You're going to be able to come down and get all the typical festival stuff. You're going to be able to shop at some booths, and you're going to be able to get great food and beverage and your favorite cold beverage. Beer, but you're also going to get to do some of those great activities that go on the shore there. You're going to get to come down and go sailing. You're going to get to come down and go paddle boating. You're going to get to come down and do all kinds of aquatic activities, fishing for prizes, all kinds of neat stuff. you get to be involved in the festival, not just go to it.
Sure.
This is a fundraiser, so we're trying to raise funds for the vets so that we can help more vets every year.
Sure.
And then on the website, once it gets set up, we'll come back and talk to you again when we got the website set up.
Right.
And we'll be able to donate. We are looking for outright donations as well.
Donations, sponsorships,
Sponsor vets,
underwriters, things of that
Yep.
sort. Okay,
Exactly.
fantastic. Look, then let's get on the hunt. Let's get some of these good folks out there, some big name companies, well-known Houston staples, to come out and support this. Definitely, whatever I can do, make some phone calls, get this going. I want to be there.
We want you there.
Yeah, we want you to come and MC
Yeah.
it for us.
All right.
And this is a charitable organization, 501(c)(3).
501c3, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Now, also, too, 7-day program. How many vets typically do you get when you have the boot camp?
I think they had, the first one they had about 12. The next one I think about 18 or 20.
Okay.
That's the size that they've had thus far.
Okay. And so I'm
It's been
sitting
mostly
here
because of lack of funds, not
Yeah.
because of lack of participants.
right. I was about to say.
I think they have, did they say they have 40 beds?
40 beds.
They have 40
40
beds,
beds.
so they could do 40 each week. The whole place is taken up only a couple of weeks a year, so we could put lots and lots of vets through this program
Okay.
and really help a lot of guys.
And you guys are working on the website to get that up.
Yes.
And you told me
Yes.
there's a video. I don't know. We didn't get a chance to watch it before the show started, but I do want to see that video. Is it accessible yet, or is it going to be when the website gets launched?
We'll make sure that it's a linkable thing on the website.
And we try to put it up on YouTube as well. It just flashed through my mind. We can do that.
Okay.
idea.
Well, then, gentlemen, I want to make sure that we get that website, all the information that we can, so we can get this out to our listeners and to our followers and whatnot. I know it's going to be happening September 10th. Looking forward to it. And what are we calling this?
A Weekend for Our Heroes.
Weekend for Our Heroes. Fantastic. All right, so we'll get that out. Then I'm going to have you guys back on the show right before we kick this thing off, maybe a week or two before. Would you mind coming back
Are
and
you
joining
kidding?
here?
We'd love to come back as often as you'll have us.
Maybe 2 or 3 more times.
And we'd like to have you and your staff come down and go sailing with us one weekend and see the great work that's being done there, and see this building and the amazing investment in the future that the Doolins have made there.
Well, fantastic. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having
This has
us.
been great. I wish I had more time to talk about this because there's so many things running through my mind. But anyhow, thank you. And folks, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
From Washington, D.C., it's the Cal Thomas Commentary. And now, here is America's #1 syndicated columnist, Cal Thomas.
The Supreme Court has rejected the Obama administration's accommodation proposal for religious groups that object to its contraceptive mandate under Obamacare. It has sent the case involving the Little Sisters of the Poor back to lower courts in hopes of getting a better compromise. In an unsigned order, the justices said they believe there's a way to get contraceptive coverage for women without forcing religious hospitals, schools, and other charities that employ them to violate their own moral teachings. Religious liberty advocates called the ruling a victory, while the president and his allies took it as a defeat. This is why the next justice on the bench will make all the difference, and not only on this issue. It is why we must think soberly about the choices offered in this election, as bad as they may be, and as much as we may wish there were other choices. Donald Trump has said he will provide a list of candidates for the Supreme Court from which he would choose should he be elected. We don't need a list from Hillary Clinton. We know they would all be liberal and probably force the Little Sisters of the Poor to comply. I'm Cal Thomas in Washington.
For a free copy of today's commentary and other information, visit calthomas.com or send a written request mentioning the date and subject to Values Through Media, Post Office Box 7065, Arlington, Virginia 22207. Tax-deductible gifts support these commentaries and are appreciated. Listen again next time for the Cal Thomas Commentary.
A rabbi, a priest, and a pastor had a radio show. No, it's not a joke. It's a show of faith. Heard every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. on AM 1070 The Answer. Listen each week as Rabbi Stuart Federer, Reverend David Capes, and Father Mario Arroyo violate the laws of social graces intentionally, discussing both politics and religion. Call in and join the discussion. A show of faith. Good-hearted interfaith communication Sundays at 7 p.m. on AM 1070. The Answer.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss.
Okay, this has been the Lone Star Vets Hour from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. every Sunday. I'm your host, Rob Paiva. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Man, these guys, I wish I I've got to go back and talk to them some more. There's so much information on this event. And I don't know about you guys. I feel bad. I've never heard of this before, but I'm never going to let this thing go now for what it's doing. It sounds fantastic. I'm thinking already of other organizations around the state, here in Houston as well, that definitely need to be a part of what these guys are doing out there in Galveston, and these two businessmen right here. So, again, let me give my my shout out and my props to Speedy Food for everything that they're doing. They deliver any kind of food from any restaurant. There's no minimum anywhere just about in the city. They've been in Katy. They're bringing it now into inside the Loop. There's Sugarland, and I believe they said Cypress and the Woodlands is coming up soon. So if you're in those areas and you're hungry and don't feel like cooking, then definitely call these folks up, speedyfood.net. Put in your zip code. And then the other program that they've had is the Galveston Community Sailing Adaptive Aquatics Program. Fantastic program. I'm getting involved in this. They said they want me to MC it, and I'm not going to turn down a good opportunity like that. So this has been the Lone Star Veterans Hour. Again, Warrior for Life luncheon this week. Thursday coming up. Go to the LoneStarVeterans.org if you're a veteran seeking employment, or if you're an employer seeking veterans to hire, and sign up on the Eventbrite link. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show, and we'll be coming back to you next week, same time, same channel. And the next week we're going to talk about an organization that just got kicked off here this week called the Combined Arms, and it's a heck of an initiative that I hope you guys will be anxious to learn about. It's putting a number of the veteran service organizations under one roof, working as not really one organization, but really putting us into a nice hub. So with that, thank you for tuning in today. And 2 minutes? Oh, I thought I sat here and had less time. She just told me I had 2 minutes left. Okay, we're not wrapping up just yet then, guys. I got more stuff to talk about. What was I just talking about? Any event. So with the Combined Arms program. This is fantastic. Lone Star Veterans just moved their locations where we're at in the Heights Boulevard, just off of I-10, and now we've moved over into the east side of downtown, so the Edo District, and we've got other organizations in there like Next Stop, The Mission Continues, Grace After Fire. It's all women's veterans organization. They're doing some amazing stuff. Monique and everyone that over there. We've got who have I excluded that's over there as well. I think we've got Volunteer America, but nonetheless, a Wounded Warrior Project. How could I exclude those guys? They're huge. It's a wonderful initiative here, and we're hoping to be able to take this across the U.S., Combined Arms. It's bringing all these veteran service organizations finally back together, operating, pooling resources really is what it's doing, but allowing us to collaborate and cooperate, under the same roof, and it's huge. I hope you guys will be wanting to tune in next week, and I'm looking to get John Borsler on, who's the executive director of Next Stop, and he's the one who's put this whole thing together. So, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I will look forward to talking to y'all next Sunday.
Come to be motivated, inspired, and empowered. For information, contact us at LoneStarVeterans.org. That's LoneStarVeterans.org. Or call us at 281-744-7972. That's 281-744-7972. And join us next week for Lone Star Vets at 6 p.m. right here on AM 1070, The Answer.